Hey everybody, this is Glidercat, and it's time to play once again Farming Simulator 22. We have a rainy October day. Fieldwork, we're mostly caught up on fieldwork. I don't think there's anything for us to do. Maybe bring our Landini back from the field. We had a helper do some weeding for us. The tractor's still out there. We could do that. We've also got to pick up some of these. We got some stray logs here we need to get to. Let's grab these. You can check on the animals a little later too and consider selling some of the animal products. Wool and eggs are all we've got so far. Let's pick up some of these straggler logs. Them in our specialized logging trailer here. Oh, that's a static one there. I can maybe just pick this guy up. We may have one back here. Did we have one on the other side? I thought I saw one, or I wasn't expecting it. We got a couple back here. Let's just grab them. Whoa, there's a lot more than I thought. We could swing the wagon around. Maybe over there rather than walking these, but I can walk this one. And then we know there's one at the far side of this field that we may still need to chop up a bit. Let's go grab that. Pine trees are going to take a while to grow. We counted them up last time, 140. Not bad. We bought 7 pallets of saplings, pine tree saplings. We planted them all. Ooh, see that on the left side there? That looks kind of glitchy. Little glitchy. But so far, our game's been running just fine. Knock on wood. I know I'm jinxing it at every opportunity. But we know there's issues with trees. But we've been lucky not to have any real big problems ourselves. Just some strangeness. Here's some deer. Oh, that one's floating. Wow, I didn't know deer could climb trees, but they do. They do. At least here they do. Alright, that's it for that one. Just one log. See if we can snake around and get those ones right next to the farmhouse. Little bumpy yard over here. This is where we got rid of that maintenance garage, I think. I tried to terraform the land. I didn't do the best job, but I tried. And pull just past these logs. Yeah, we'll see if our little forestry experiment works. I think it's going to take a while before we can actually see those trees grow, but it'll be neat to see it. A few more scraps of wood here. We'll get a few $100 for this. Load. I think at the tail end of the last episode I was talking about we need to decide what we want to be doing in the winter months. We have... Ooh, look at that. See how it's... Man, that is strange looking. That one branch that's kind of glitched. Yeah, we'll have to see what we're going to do in the winter months. I know we have some grain to sell, but that's not going to be much work at all, I don't think. Just deliver some grain to some sell points. Take a look at our animals real quick. I'm sure they're fine, food-wise. And then these pens don't need to be cleaned, it doesn't look like. Okay, we've got 268 egg pieces. And reproduction hasn't started for our youngins. Got 4 roosters. healthy. 6 chickens that are not ready to reproduce, and 18 more chickens that are a little older and still not ready to reproduce. So we'll let those go. Plenty of food, grain. We could top it off, but we'd just be trying to kill time, I guess. Same situation's very much the same with our sheep. We got plenty of grass. Reproduction starting to climb on these guys a little bit. Some of the older ones. And then these black Welsh mountain sheep. These ones are the mature ones. These are the ones that I think are going to produce more wool for us. And they seem to be maturing a little faster too. They got the highest reproduction. Oh, I take it back. These guys are the same. But we'll see. We will see. What do we want to do? We are going to take this back, but I'm not sure when. Why don't we bring this in? Maintenance on the tractors is they're both in pretty good shape. Full tanks of gas are relatively close to being full. And I think we've done maintenance on both of them, not too far in the past. Their neighbor's plot of land. There they are, getting their mail. Home sweet home. Let's find a place for this weeder. This one's fairly easy to navigate, so let's find a little cubby here that we can place this guy in our row of equipment. A fine spot for me. Do me. Pull up a little bit so we can tell that thing's out of the rain. I guess we could put this out of the rain here. I'm nervous about things glitching. Maybe we'll just park the tractor right here for now. All right, we've got, yeah, this guy needs to go back. At some point, we're going to sell that. Talked about that in the past. Take a look at the fields one more time. See if there's anything for us to do. I think we're just now in a waiting game. Waiting for these fields, 45, 46, and 48 to come up. We know we're going to need to lease some equipment for the beets. Why don't we take a look and see how much that's going to cost? We've got, I think, about 80, 85 grand that we could borrow and spend if we wanted to make an investment somewhere. But we know we're going to need to lease some equipment. So let's just scope that out. We know it's going to be for the beets right there. We got to have 2 things. Our JCB, I think, can pull this, right? I think we've got over 200 horsepower on the JCB. But that's going to be an expensive lease, and so is this. And I think with this deal, we got to do 2 passes, right? We got to top them. Ooh. Looks like even our Landini could deal with this one. Okay, before sugar beets can be harvested, the foliage needs to be cut with a Halm topper like this one. Then this harvester digs the sugar beets out of the ground. Note the topping is needed prior to using this machine. All right. Home topping. That's good on ice cream, home topping. So that, well, let's just see what it's going to cost. Will it show us to lease this? I think we get an okay, right? When I hit lease. Okay, $1,200 for that, roughly. And how much is this one going to cost us? 1,200 plus another 5,000. I'm going to call that 7 grand. I know it's not quite 7 grand, but I got to keep in my head. We need 7 grand just to harvest our beets. We've got a header for corn and sunflowers. It's sitting out here in the middle of where it shouldn't be, probably. In fact, how is it that I don't have any header? I don't have any headers on my combine right now. Let's move this thing too, just for the heck of it. It doesn't look so crowded in here. I've got no grass to cut. We've harvested all the grass on the land we own, pretty sure. That's going to take a while to grow back. I'm going to move this guy just next to the barn here, just so it's not so jammed in looking. Mentioned in other episodes, we need to get garages, but I just don't want to spend the money yet. There's our plow. So what else do we need? What else do we need to spend money on? We said 7,000. I can borrow 85-ish. So let's say conservatively, we could spend 70,000 today without too much worry. And we've got, we've got a tiny bit of wool to sell. We've got a tiny bit of chicken eggs to sell. But we probably have, 70 grand. 60, 70 grand we could spend without worry. We got other crops and stuff we could sell too soon. Is there anything we could do with 70 grand? We've got these forestry plots I've got my eye on, but man, they are so far out of reach. 1.169 million, 1.17 million really for that. That's got forestry land. We've got little pockets here that look like they're places for trees, but all of these are out of our price range. 423,000. We're nowhere close to being able to do that. 471,000. I'm moving the map around because I can't hardly read these numbers. 471. What else do we have? That looks cheaper. 268. These are all just way out of our range, right? Till we start making some real money. That's why we've been kind of trying to, build our own little plots of forestry. This little section of land, this parcel here comes with a lot of land. It's 140,000. It's out of our range. This guy is 56,000. We could buy field 49. That probably gives us a little room if we wanted to do a little more forestry on this part of the creek. I think this is like the creek running through maybe. 78,000 for that. That's probably right up against what we could do. 35. Just looking to see where we might want to spend that money. I hate to start up an operation real far away from where we're at because we need to use the same equipment. Although the map's not huge. Not that big of a deal to transport stuff. 170 grand for that plot up there. 260 for this. Too bad it's got a bunch of little fields. We could be working. 136, 150. Kind of out of the way. These are out of our price range. Yeah, we saw those. That's at our price. Really, the only thing we could do, we could maybe do 51 if we sold some straw or something. We'd have to wait till we get the peak prices in a couple months. We could maybe get 51. Right now, if we wanted, we could take 49, 56,000. Then I would feel comfortable spending that. It's logical from where it's placed, and we'd get some grass to harvest too. That would give us some work to do. I'm not sure how much longer we'll be able to do that. In fact, I don't know, do we still even have a mower? I'm not sure. I think we may have turned that in. We just leased it. That's the other option. We could spend that money on equipment and get a better trade out our combine or something and get a bigger one. But that hasn't been too painful, the combine we've got. Let's see what's on 49 just for the heck of it. Let's go. Yeah, what's growing there? It's about to be harvestable. 51 is ready to harvest. Let's see what those both have on them. 51 would be a little bit of a stretch. What is that on there? Colors, soybean. Ooh, we'd get some money back from that soybean, I think. And it says it's ready to harvest. Wonder how that works, right? If we look at soybeans, oh, it is harvest season. Well, that's kind of interesting. I guess it's not urgent for us to make that decision because it's not ready yet. But 51 here is a nice sized field. It's ready to harvest. Ready to harvest. So that involves, there's harvesting it and then checking the prices, maybe storing that grain up. And then we got to process that whole field, right? It probably needs lime and it probably needs the whole kit and caboodle. Yeah, it needs plowing. Doesn't need lime, apparently. Boy, that's really tempting. 51. That is... We could potentially make some of that money back. It's not super expensive. What's the cost on that again? 91. 91. 91. We'd have to sell something. Thinking we could sell that rock picker. It's just... Oh, man. We can borrow 80. So we've got 86,000. We just need a little bit more. Maybe we're just selling a little bit of straw, even though it's not peak times. Or we could sell... We could we could get a pallet fork. Why don't we get a pallet fork? We need and see about selling these eggs. I don't think it's going to be enough, but it gives us something to do. The sun's shining. Let's do some of the odds and ends, that kind of work. And think about buying that field that's got the soybeans on it. Well, we could make some money off of those soybeans. Let's just see what the pricing is on those. Can we find out? Look at the pricing, man. Goldcrest Valley. I think we need to load up a train in order to do that. That could be some fun. And we'd get some money back. That actually sounds kind of fun. Let's do these. We got a few little odd jobs to do. Let's take these logs back. That'll raise a little bit of money. We'll go get the pallet forks. Oh man, this is not the way to go, huh? We'll get pallet forks for our tractor. I don't know what that attachment's called. Pardon me. And then maybe sell the eggs and sell the wool that we've got stored up now. And then we'll see if we can buy that field. If we can't, if we don't have the money, then maybe we'll sell a load of straw or hay. We just need to get a little bit more. Like a gambler, we just need a little bit more money and then we can make money. Just a little bit more. But that could actually be a bit of fun and give us a lot to do. I don't know if there's enough time though to turn that field over. The soybean field. So we got to harvest it. That's not a big deal, but it needs to be plowed and I guess just plowed and planted. But there's a fair amount of work there, a fair amount of stuff for us to do, and it beats cutting down trees. So let's maybe chase after some of that. I'm going to go the long way this time. And this is a smoother road going this way. Trees are in the way, though. All right, place your bets. This has got that glitchy tree in there. I'm going to say $720. If that. 720. Am I right on the trigger? Let's see. Yeah, I'm right in the way, apparently. My guess is 720 bucks. Place your bets. 741. That's a record for me. $21 off. Not bad. We'll take it. We need like 5,000 more. We're not going to cut trees to raise that money because that takes forever. All right, we'll drop off the trailer here, and then we'll hook up that arm extension to the front of the tractor and then go buy some pallet forks. That's going to decrease our bank balance a little bit, but hopefully they're not too expensive. And we'll take the eggs and we'll take the wool where it needs to go. We'll just go for the best price unless it looks horrible. I'd love to sell that rock picker upper thing, but we've got one field that's got a few more rocks on it, and I don't want to throw the rock picker on there and potentially destroy the grain that's growing. We should have fertilizing to do after this month, or after this day, in-game day. We're on 2 days a month, I believe. There's some fertilizing to do, and then we're going to have a fair amount of harvesting to do. Man, it'd be cool to work on this soybean field, like now, if we could buy it and expand our farm operation. The other option we could look at with the money is another pasture or something, but I kind of want to do some farming. Let's pull this wagon here. And let's hook up the our little arms here. The Landini will not take this attachment, unfortunately. But it kind of makes sense. It's kind of small. Okay, I'm going to jump out of the cab. I want to get rid of the shovel. Can't even remember what we use that for. Oh, we were scooping up grass with this. All right, let's, can I dump that? There it goes. Let's go buy pallet forks. Here, skid steer, that's not us. That's not us. I think this is us. Do we have... Okay, we own... Okay, one on the Q3M combinations. We need this guy right here. 1,700 bucks. Buy it. That's just worth having. It's not that expensive. Go pick it up at the dealer. There's our rock gatherer thing. Boy, I would love to sell that. I think that's going to be worth some cash. Probably enough for us to buy the soybean field too. It's just... I guess we could get it. No, I could sell it and then lease it back if we needed it later. It's hard to spend that money when we've already got it sitting there. And if we can just wait till that field turns over, we can run it over one last time and then sell it. Kind of running errands this episode, we'll see. Kind of excited about that soybean field, to tell you the truth. Be nice if there was if it was a peak time to sell those things too, because we could get a lot of that money back right away. All right, we're going to pick up, I guess we'll pick up the wool. That's first. We'll see what we get. Hopefully it pays for the pallet fork at least. Hopefully we can get a couple thousand out of the eggs in this wool. I have no idea. Let's take a look at the pricing. We may block traffic here, but take a look. Where are you? Wool. Boom. Okay, the spinnery's got it for $13.74 for, I'm guessing that's 1,000 liters. Let's see what the price fluctuations are for wool. It's, yeah, of course, it's the worst possible time to sell it. Oh, man. But I don't know what this range is. Oh, man, that is so hard, right? To sell at the low. We're in, we're literally at the lowest time. How about eggs? Oh, eggs are going to go up next month. We should probably wait. How about hay and all that? I know we looked at these. We're in October. See, it's just not a good time to sell much of anything. Or not the optimal time. Straw, let's see. What about... The straw looks like the best. We got a bunch of it, and it's not horrible. Gonna get... Looks significantly better here next month. But we've got a couple in-game days before we get there. Let's see what we would get for that rock picker if we sold it. That is stone picker. Sell. We get a lot. 16,000, right? That solves all our problems. I think that's what's going to happen. Selling wool doesn't make sense yet. Same thing with the eggs. They're really at low prices right now. I don't think that is the way to go. We're getting a little bit of fog or a little mist. Drop off these pallet forks and just give some more thought to selling that rock picker. I think that's... Sorry about this. What seems to be the issue? That was a little strange. But maybe the pallet forks were just too low. Not really sure what that was all about. All right, let's unload this. Don't need it. Oops. That's unfortunate. All right, that's fine. Yeah, should we just sell a rock picker? That would do it. Let's double check. We can borrow 80,000 more. That gets us to 85. Right? That gets us to 85,000 almost exactly. And we sell the rock picker. That was like 15 or something. So that's 90,000. That field, 51, is 91,000. We could do it. We would have to sell those soybeans though, because we're going to need $7,000 at least to process our beet field. So if we bought 51, we are not going to have hardly any cash for a while. We will once we sell some grain, but that's not going to be for a couple of months, ideally. Decisions. Let's see what soybeans sell for. We looked at this. I forgot what it said, but it wasn't great. Yeah, it's not great, right? We can't really cash out soybeans right away. We could say, who cares about the top price? Man, I'm just not sure what to do here. Just not a good time to sell things. Which makes sense. Man, what should we do? Should we sell the rock picker and do it? This is the field, I think, that's got the rocks on it. It's either this one or the next one down. Guess we could always lease it later. It's an investment. We could turn that field. I mean, the fields are income, basically. But man, we are just going to be down to $0. Could always sell a little bit of grain at lower prices. Or like I said, the hay. I'm thinking we need to do it. I'm thinking we need to just do it. Let's do it. Let's sell the rock picker. We're not using it. So let's make use of the funds. It's just, man, we are going to be tapped out. But worst case, we could sell some other equipment if we needed to. Hopefully our fertilizer and seed stocks will hold up. We'll take this to the dealer for immersion. I don't know if I could sell it just from here, but let's take it in. Little anxiety about this decision, but it gives us something to do. And there is a crop on that field, so we'll get some of that money back, right? It's going to cost us whatever it was, 91 grand or something. But we're going to get, I got to think, a good chunk of that back just from the crop that's sitting on the field ready to harvest. We'll see. We sell it, if we harvest that field and it turns out to be like 2 grand worth of soybeans, then I'll be a little unhappy, but at least we'll still have another field to work on our farm. And in theory, that's how we make the money. Gotta have fields and you gotta have equipment. And animals and everything else, but... Alright, let's do it. Let's detach this. I think we can sell this here. Find out here in a second. I have to sell some straw. It's not the end of the world. Let's see. Oh, I popped up into there. I don't know how that happened. All right, can I just sell? Don't picker. Sell. Boom. Don't think about it. Just do it. Okay, that's done. Finances. Borrow, 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 borrow. Borrow, borrow, borrow. Borrow. We've got enough, right? We're going to have the, I think we're going to have the 7,000 we need to process our beets. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Buy it. Boom. Yes. 51 is now ours. Let's go harvest that crop. Nice. We may... We may do it by hand this time without a worker. Just because we're on fumes financially here. But we're getting a decent sized operation going, I think. Let me know in the comments what you think. Should we have spent that money on cows or something different? Upgraded equipment, placeables, more animals somehow. Let me know what you think. Try not to overthink it. I could spend, hours staring at the screen trying to decide what to do, what's best. I think this guy, yeah, maintenance is good on our combine here. I don't have a trailer for this. We need to head on down. Hopefully I didn't plant those pine trees too close. Well, yeah, the combine's kind of slow. We get through this bridge. with this header. I don't know. Is it above it? Oh, not quite. Not quite. We really need a trailer for this. I'm going to drive through our little saplings. I know it's immersion breaking, but in the interest of time, because I've been dawdling this episode quite a bit. Let's see if we can get down. Field 51, our new field. Did we get a new place to do things? A new silo and a farmhouse or something. Is that ours? Could we sell that and make some money? I think it might be. Let's take a look. Ooh, we got a van too. I don't know if this is ours. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. We got grass. Obviously, we could cut some grass, but we need to rent the mower. What did we actually get? Did we get what we think we got? No, we didn't. We just have the, we've just got the field. We don't get these little buildings here. Yeah, they can't even be purchased. Okay. All right. While we're here, why don't we check them out? They're not ours, but they may have a collectible here. We could use the cash. I don't think I've looked around these guys. Keep your eyes peeled. Let me know if you see something in the comments, obviously. Little bay window there. I guess we'll come around this way. Satellite dish. There are new neighbors. I see something over there colorful. Oh, look at that. It's a little... Is that two? There's a pig and a water tanker. Is that two things? Oh, man. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, yes. 9 more pigs. That's our first pig. 7 more water trailers. All right. 2,000 right there. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. That's awesome. All right. That helps. It helps. Checking out the roof. I don't see anything. Hopefully it wouldn't be on the roof. We've got a couple more things to check out here. Let's do the 360 here on the little cargo van. Nothing. Boy, that was a twofer. That's nice. 2,000 bucks. We could use it. We could use it. Bank has us over a barrel here. We are cash strapped. That's kind of hard to see. I don't see anything. Let me know if I missed a collectible on the ground or something. I didn't see anything there. I think we covered this section pretty well. Let's get to harvesting these soybeans. Hop in. Are we doing it? Yeah. All right. I guess this direction's fine. Maybe I'll do it from in the cab too. Or not. Let's see. It's hard to tell how I'm steering here. I'm gonna start out in third person here. Yeah, we've got wagons for this. We've got everything we need to turn this field over. How we doing on yield? Let's see, how many liters are we going to get per pass? Watching those numbers climb below. Looks like it's going to be, what, a little over 500, maybe 600 liters per pass. And I don't know how many passes that is. But this may turn out to be a pretty good harvest for us. Gives us more grass to cut, like I mentioned. We can turn that into hay. We've got all the equipment we need to do that. And potentially more creek to clear and do our kind of peasant forestry approach by just using scraps of unused land. Yeah, this gives us something to do. We'll do this. I'm going to do this whole field probably by hand. I'll probably do a little bit of a fast forward here, play some music, and just enjoy the scenery. Here we go. All right, we got a full grain tank here. Let's go get a trailer. Probably the JCB, I think, does a better job. Sorry, Landini, but you have a little bit of a challenge trying to pull that trailer when it's full. Let's grab this guy. Go get those soybeans. I don't think we can sell them yet, but we can at least store them up. Our combine almost held the full field worth of them, but not quite. That's not a big deal. Head on over. Hopefully this will turn out to be a good investment. It gives us stuff to do and a crop to harvest. We'll see how much we get when we finally do sell it. Sell these soybeans, that is. Looks like I gotta get in the combine for this thing to go. There we go. What is that? 8,000 liters? A little more than 8,000 liters. That's probably pretty good, right? Can I look at the pricing? 8,000 liters. Let's say we've got another 1,000. If we sold it now, what do we have? 8. So we'd get almost $16,000 maybe. Not bad for one crop, one yield, 16,000. It'll take quite a while for us to pay off this field, but that is at the kind of prices that are being offered now. Those aren't the peak prices. 8,500 liters so far. Who knows? Maybe there's 2,000 more, or a little more on the field. We'll see. Move this guy just out of the way for now. Let's finish. Now, the next thing I'm wondering on this field, we know we need to plow it. And we need, obviously, to put fertilizer down. And then the other thing we could do is run that stubble mulcher over the field. It's supposed to give us an extra 5% yield bonus. Now, a couple things. I'm not sure if that applies to all fields, mulching the stubble or not. I missed a little section here. We're going to grab it. We're going to grab every little bean off this field. We'll go get the, on the far side of the field, I got a little bit more to grab that I missed. Every last bean will be harvested in this field, I think. But I was going to say, we have all those different processes we have to do on this field. And I'm just wondering what order to do them in. Now, last time I think we mulched the stubble, but then we weren't able to put fertilizer on top. Something like that, or the lime. There was some ordering that's appropriate. So I'm wondering if what we should do first... That seems weird, but fertilizing first? Then trying to mulch the stubble? That seems kind of wrong, doesn't it? But what did we do last time? I'm pretty sure we tried to mulch the stubble first, and we had problems. Maybe if you plow... because this field needs plowing. Guess realistically it doesn't make sense to mulch the stubble and then plow, right? Wouldn't plowing kind of serve that purpose as well? Not sure. We don't have a lot of money for helpers. We're really at the end of our financial rope. We've got $12,000 and that's it. We are fully borrowed, I think. We have stuff to sell. Some product and some animals and some well, that's it, really. Product and animals. We sold the rock picker, so that's not available to us to grab some cash anymore. We want to try and sell our grain and products here when we get peaks in the pricing. That's a month or two off before we can sell anything at a top price, or a top forecasted price. But yeah, I don't know what we should do. Should we mulch first, then plow? Or mulch first, then fertilize? Or fertilize, then mulch, then plow? I have no idea. I guess the fertilizing is the least of my worries, because we can always fertilize after the first and second growth stages, if I'm not mistaken. All right, let's see. What are we getting? We're getting, what, 18, maybe 17 or 1800 liters out of this. There's a little bit on the far side of the field I got to go get. Maybe just 16,000 liters. 1,600 liters, sorry. Of soybeans. Fair amount of grass here we could harvest and turn into hay. We don't have the equipment for it. We'd have to borrow it or lease it. The other thing we have open to us to raise money is contracts. And maybe we can do some of those during the winter if we get really bored or run out of things to do on our own farm. Here's a little scrap of beans I wanted to grab. I think that'll be it. This is every last bean. Let's just put this guy right here for now. We're going to take him back to the farm, but let's take the grain first. Grain first, then we'll take the combine back. And then I think what I'm going to do is mulch this stubble. I don't know if it's going to provide a benefit or not, but it's got it's got a shot at getting 5% more yield by doing that. I'm thinking we'll mulch and then we'll plow probably. All right, there's our last 1,500. So that's like 9,000 liters, right? Total soybeans off of that. Oh, I should put the pipe back in. I guess since we're in this, we should just take this back. Let's do that. Maybe we'll take the road around the bridge here. Jump on the road. Whoops, wrong thing. I want to turn on the beacon. We don't have a trailer for our header, I don't believe, anywhere. I don't think we got one. Come across this small bridge. Our next harvest is probably going to be the corn or the sunflowers, so we can drop this header off. We know we're not going to use this one next, I don't think, unless some money drops from the sky and we buy another field. I suppose if we found a complete set of collectibles, we'd be able to do that, but it's unlikely. I'm just going to plop this header down. And I'll actually put on the corn header. And then park this guy out of the way. Not the best parking job here, but we'll get it. That's fine. And let's hop over to the JCB and bring that grain back, and then we'll call it an episode. Next episode, I think we're gonna mulch that stubble. We'll do it real time without a helper, just because we seem to have the time to do it. Although our day is getting, let's move it along here. We're almost, what is that, 5 o'clock. I'm hoping on October 16th, I think, which is going to be our next day, that we'll have some additional fields to harvest. If we do, we might use helpers, or we may stick doing it manual. I'm not sure yet. I have to think about it. I'm not super keen on cutting more trees, but that's an option too. All right, let's drop off the soybeans here. I think we can store them in our silo. the silo we bought not too long ago. Very nice. We'll take it. We'll take it. Money in the bank. Not money we can spend yet, but it's money in the bank. Money that kind of belongs to the bank, if I'm honest. Good enough. We'll leave that there, and we will leave this episode here. For now, this is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying this series, Farming Simulator 22. I enjoy having you with me here on this journey. As always, special thanks to patrons and channel members. Really appreciate your contributions to the channel. I can't say it enough. Definitely appreciate it. Means a lot. And to everybody else, I will see you all in the next episode.